Okay, and we are live. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Welcome everybody who's tuning in. Welcome Enrique Rocks 2010. Welcome V of Doom 1994. And welcome Jasmine Green. We have a good stream today. I'm basically doing what I did to Cartoon Network, which was do a tier ranking of the Nicktoons, sort of as a appetizer for the big premiere of 30 Nicktoon Doodles for this Sunday. Yes, welcome Angry Rooster and Boodle Ball, and welcome Norbert. Yes, I know you guys are going to enjoy this. So let's get to it, Sally. So as you can see here, here's a pretty good template for Nicktoons tier list. Uh, the link to the template is in the description. If you want to make your own, you could go to the link that's in the description. Basically, what I did, I adjusted it, the rankings for the best and the greatest, and pretty good, and okay slash mediocre, and pretty bad, and the Nicktoons that I haven't seen. And once I'm done with this, I'm gonna be posting it onto the community post, onto the community section, I mean, and so forth. Okay, so you guys ready? Okay, so let's start off with the first show here, which is All Grown Up, the Rugrats spin-off. I'll say that the best thing about it is the theme song, of course, sung by none other than Cree Summer, and also basically the pilot that started it, the Rugrats 10th anniversary special that started it. Otherwise, the show itself, basically the things that it tries to do, as told by Ginger, was able to do it better. Well, almost everything. It's definitely a better looking show, but it's definitely not as ugly as Ginger, but yeah, on its own, I'd put All Grown Up in the okay tier. And next we have the show that Norbert is named after, the Angry Beavers. I really do enjoy this show. I like the relationship of the two beavers, Norbert and Daggett, with Daggett being my favorite, with his hyperactive personality and Richard Stephen Horvitz's vocal performance for sure. And generally, I love the chemistry between the two beavers. And I'll say my favorite episode is same time last week. I think that's what it's called, where Norbert bumped Daggett 1 week behind. I forgot the exact context, but yeah, it's a pretty funny one. So yeah, Angry Beavers, pretty good stuff. And next we have what's commonly considered to be the greatest of them all, Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I would definitely put it in the second tier. Now, don't get me wrong. Uh, what I do, what is great about this show, I absolutely appreciate it, but it's not to a point where I consider it top 10. I still really enjoy Avatar with all of the action scenes and also the heartwarming moments, and Sokka is the best character for all of the funny moments he provides. And truthfully, I haven't seen all of the episodes. Well, actually, I think I have played all of the episodes, but I haven't paid attention to all of them. But of the majority of Avatar that I have seen, it deserves two thumbs up for sure. Oh, Norbert says, the Nicktoons don't seem to be in any order on the tier list site. They look like they're in alphabetical order at first, but there's some out of order and a bunch seemingly forgotten ones at the end. Yeah, that's true. And I know there are some Nicktoons that are debatably Nicktoons, but they're more on the semi-official side. Like you see, there's a couple of stuff here that I don't even know could be considered official Nicktoons, like this show here, Middle School Moguls, which I'll just say right now I know nothing about it, so I'll put it here. And if and I know the stuff produced by Nelvana, like Wayside, is at best a semi-official Nicktoon. But if it were here, then I would definitely put it in the great tier. And Angry Rooster says, put SpongeBob in the best. Don't worry, I will. Okay, moving on to Back at the Barnyard. It's based on a movie which is it's average, and the show is pretty mediocre as well. The things I do enjoy about it is the opening theme, as well as in more recent years there's that meme with Pig, and he's interrupted the episode while reading the viewer's mail that was sent. That was mildly amusing. Next we have Bunsen as a Beast, the final Nicktoon from Butch Hartman. And yeah, watching just one episode of it, I kind of predicted that it'll be his weakest work. Not terrible or anything, but I'll give it this. It does look unique from the previous three Nicktoons that Butch had created. Uh, it doesn't have like the exact same traits, like the swirly ears and so forth. But and I also kind of like the main antagonist, Amanda Killman. She's mildly enjoyable with her wisp tongue and all. But yeah, Bunsen's a beast, not that good. Oh, Norbert says that he doesn't consider middle school moguls, Winx Club, or preschool days Nicktoons. The DreamWorks spin-offs and Tack and the Power of Juju's are Nicktoons in his opinion, but I'm not including them. But he's not including them in his 2021 Nicktoons picture. Yeah, me personally, I don't really consider the DreamWorks shows to be true official Nicktoons. Like, I know that DreamWorks and Nick had sort of this deal to a point where you could argue that they are, but I don't know, they're based on movies that Nickelodeon had no involvement with in the first place, so at best, I could consider them semi-official. And the next show we have here is the Casa Grandes, the spin-off of The Wild House, focusing on Roddy Ann and her family after they moved away from Winkin's neighborhood. I haven't seen the show itself, I only watched the episodes of The Wild House that were focused entirely on Roddy Ann. They were at the beginning of the fourth season, used to promote the Casa Grande series. I don't have too much memory of them though. They were just playing in the background. So with all that being said, it goes here. Ah yes, Cat Dog. Love these guys. They're kind of a childhood staple in the sense that I remember playing the games a lot on Nickelodeon's website. Although the show itself, I was very young when it was really airing on YTV, and by the time I had more of a functioning memory, a Cat Dog was off the air. So the first episodes that I really start remembering were the Christmas special, as well as Winslow's home videos, which was on the Rugrats movie VHS. Both really good stuff. Next we have Chalk Zone. I only remember seeing the theme song to it and just a little bit of the pilot, but not enough I can say about it to give a true honest opinion. So it goes here. Oh, Angry Rooster says that in 2006 the Barnyard movie was developed by Nickelodeon Movies and Paramount, and that the film can't be seen on Nickelodeon or Hulu, but it's on Amazon Prime. But I think you gotta rent it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, it's on there. And it's also done by O Entertainment as well, the people who co-produced Jimmy Neutron. Excuse me. Next we have Danny Phantom, which is often considered to be Butch Hartman's greatest Nicktoon. In my opinion, it's his third best. Not boring, not really boring or anything, just not not always my cup of tea, but I will give it this. I say that the character designs are just as good as the ones in the Fairly Odd Parents, and the Box Ghost is the funniest of Danny's enemies, and Maddie Fenton, Danny's mom, definitely one of my biggest cartoon crushes. But yeah, I've been meaning to watch some more Danny Phantom, probably for my probably my appreciation of it would increase. And next we have what's considered to be often considered to be one of the worst Nicktoons, Fanboy and Chum Chum. Yeah, I remember when I was watching it on TV, and I just couldn't get into it. The theme song at best is something to admire, ironically, and recently I've been seeing some unironic admiration for Fanboy and Chum Chum, like on Twitter. I've been seeing a lot of positive posts about it and fan art and so forth, and I think even the creator of the show, Eric Roberts, took notice, and he thanked the people for that. But based on what I saw of Fanboy and Chum Chum from a long time ago, as I guess I'll safely put it in the, you know what, I guess I'll put it in the mediocre category. Who knows, it might deserve a rewatching. And next we have As Told by Ginger, still the most underrated Nicktoon in my opinion. Well, actually the most underrated cartoon period. It has its competition, but the things that this show does, well, it really deserves all of the praise. And it's gonna be turning 20 years old in exactly 1 month. Uh, and probably after, I'm thinking after I premiere 30 Nicktoon Doodles that I would do a poll of what I should do to celebrate As Told by Ginger's 20th anniversary this fall, whether it be to review my favorite episode, Hello Stranger, or to finish my YouTube poop that I did based on the pilot episode. I'm sorry, well, if you're gonna vote for reviewing Hello Stranger, and I definitely would love to do that. Oh, Angry Rooster says, I know you're gonna hate me for this, but I watched 6 episodes of Fanboy and Chum Chum. No, there's no reason to hate you for that, Angry Rooster, because honestly, my viewing of Fanboy and Chum Chum is minimal as well, both in terms of how much I remember of it and how much episodes I saw. But speaking of Fanboy and Chum Chum, here's the second show that Eric Roberts created, and easily his best, Glitz. Really good looking. Uh, I'll admit I didn't pay attention to it fully, but what I have seen of all of the episodes, I think there's 19 episodes of it in total. Yes, it definitely deserves another season. The hashtag RenewGlitzText is trending on Twitter in the cartoon community, so if you could go support it and let Nickelodeon and Netflix know that yeah, GlitzText deserves at least a few more seasons before it eventually gets into seasonal rot or something. And Norbert says, I say review Hello Stranger. Yes, yes, I really like to do that. Uh, I, I know I said it's something that I wanted to do ever since I did the Wicked Game review. And with Ginger turning 20 years old, it's been 5 years since my Wicked Game review, so I think it'll make sense that 5 years later I review my favorite episode of Ginger. Okay, we have another great slice of life cartoon, Hey Arnold. It goes right here. I'll admit the way that I got into this show was it was because of the movie actually. I really enjoyed the first Hey Arnold movie. I got it on VHS and that of all things was what motivated me to get into the shows and the characters. I really appreciate oh all of the good that Arnold provides with its characters and its art style and the themes it tackles. And next we have Invader Zim. which I will put into the pretty good category. Zim is perhaps my third or fourth favorite role by Richard Stephen Horvitz, next to Billy and his dad Harold, as well as Daggett. Really like his vocal performance, and Gurr is funny too. Zim has its funny moments, and here in Canada it's actually rated PG, uh, whereas in America it's rated TVY 7, meaning that 7-year-olds could be able to watch it, even though I wouldn't recommend this show to a 7-year-old. Oh, and I also saw the Netflix movie, and it was pretty good. It's Pony. This show is pretty new. I've been saying to myself that I want to check it out, but I just haven't yet. Still on my imaginary watch list. It looks cute though. Oh, welcome Dexter the Nostalgia Toonster. Don't worry, I'm gonna be here for at least an hour, uh, just dissing out my Nicktoon opinions. Oh, and you're working on a Scooby-Doo cardboard a billboard? That's cool. Oh, and welcome Scott the Fortniter YouTuber. Okay, next we have Jimmy Neutron. Um, Personally, I find this show to be a little overrated. I enjoyed the movie more than I did the series. As far as cartoons about boy geniuses go, Dexter's Lab is easily superior with its characters and its animation isn't as dated. But of the world that I have seen of Jimmy Neutron, it at least deserves some admiration for how memeable it is. Like I know Carl and Jimmy's dad, they're a fountain of memes, and of course we have the monkey, the free-eyed monkey at the end of every episode who says, I'm Paul." Really funny. So yeah, I'll be generous and give Jimmy Neutron the pretty good ranking, but realistically it's not not an absolute favorite. But once again, it deserves some rewatching. And Dexter points out that the Nicktoons is 20 plus years old. Actually, it's gonna be 30 years old. Officially, it's gonna be 30 years old next year. But this year, it's already 30 years since the pilots to Doug, Rugrats, and Ren and Stimpy were made, and also when, in general, the Nickelodeon animation department was established all the way back in 1990, and that's part of the motivation for me making 30 Nicktoon Doodles. Aside from uh, also following the success of 25 Cartoon Network Doodles, which I made for Cartoon Network's 25th anniversary. Okay, moving on. We have Kablam, the animated anthology series that Nick doesn't acknowledge too much, probably because of the the legal rights regarding all of the sorts done by these individual independent creators. Yeah, I'll put Kablam in the pretty good category. The segments were hit and miss. Firstly, I enjoy Henry and June, who were the two hosts, and Action Week Now, which is the live action figure segments. They're pretty charming. I also like the offbeats because I'm a huge fan of Mo Williams' work. He's the creator of Sheep in the Big City. I really like his style. And overall, Kablam is a charming showcase of different animation styles. A great entry in the trend of animation anthologies that was popular in the 90s ever since liquid television on MTV. Okay, Angry Rooster says that he loves its pony. That's cool. And if there's any episodes you'd recommend that are the best, please comment. Okay, time for the really controversial opinion here. The What's Enough Korra. It goes into the okay territory. I'm sorry, it's kind of boring compared to Avatar: The Last Airbender. I was trying to get into it simultaneously a little after I became a fan of Avatar 5 years ago, and at least for now, just not my cup of tea. Sorry. Oh, but this show is The Wild House. Uh, the show that replaced the Fairy Odd Parents as the second most popular Nicktoon behind SpongeBob, and I've been a fan of it since pretty close to its a premiere date. The the characters and the slice scenarios are charming, and I like the comic book. I'm sorry, the comic strip aesthetic as well. I'll put it in the great tier. And as for who my favorite sisters are, I'll say Luann and Wenny are the most adorable in terms of, especially in terms of their personality. Oh, Jasmine says that someday that I should do one for Disney movies. Yeah, yeah, I would definitely like to do one for the official Disney animated canon films one day. Next up, Making Fiends. Uh, I'll put it in. I'll put it in here. What I see just a tiny bit of it on YouTube, but not enough for me to say that I have a true opinion on it. But it looks pretty charming. It's basically an all-girl Billy and Mandy, and we have the final of the free DreamWorks Nicktoons Monsters vs. Aliens. Firstly, I'm not a fan of the movie, therefore the show wasn't guaranteed to win me over either. But I'll be nice and put it in the in the okay mediocre territory. Okay, we have a big one here, The Very Odd Parents, a childhood staple alongside Spongebob Squarepants. I'll catch it all the time on white TV, like especially during the afternoons, weekday afternoons on the Zone. Really good memories. Basically, my opinion on it is almost the same as almost everybody else. The first 5 seasons are absolutely amazing, and the seasons with Poof in it, they were pretty good as well. But then things went downhill when they added Sparky the dog, and even worse when Chloe was added. I'm happy that that they decided to finally uh, put the show to rest. In contrast, whereas SpongeBob is getting better from what I've heard and from the what I've seen, Fairy Odd Parents just telling it finally told Nick that it's ready to just end it. Okay, Pig Goat Banana Cricket. Uh, it goes here. Its art style is what I could call beautifully grotesque, although with not so much emphasis on the beautiful part. Yeah, it's easily one of the most ugliest Nicktoons I've seen, and one that's heavily reliant on gross out humor, but I don't know, not as clever as say Ren and Stimpy. Oh, Norbert says that back at the barnyard can be funny at times. Yeah, 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 like I said earlier, I did like the meme with Pig and with the whole viewer mail thing. Okay, up next we have Pinkie Monkey. I saw it on Netflix, so it was supposed to be on the main Nickelodeon channel, but it got delayed so much, and I finally played it on Netflix at the very beginning of 2019, and it's forgettable. It definitely does remind me of The Amazing World of Gumball in terms of its art style. Of course, not to a point where I call it a ripoff or anything. Yes, Rugrats Preschool Days, also known as Angelica and Susie's Preschool Days, the Rugrats spin-off that rarely anybody remembers and rarely anybody acts. I actually remember seeing it on white TV around 2006, and the most that I remember was that, aside from Angelica and Susie, Angelica's mom, Charlotte, was like the only other Rugrats character to make appearances, at least of the main ones. So yeah, preschool days. not enough to give an honest opinion, but let's talk about, you know what? Yeah, I'll just put it here to be safe here. Okay, up next we have a much better Kwaski Chupo Nicktoon. Although I won't call Preschool Days a Nicktoon either. It's more of a mini series because it only lasted 4 episodes. But yeah, our real monsters. I've seen some episodes of it on my Out of the Vault DVD collection, which has a bunch of assorted classic Nicktoon episodes, and it's pretty good. For sure, my favorite things about it are Drew Newman's music, and if you don't know Drew Newman, he does the music for The Wild Stormberries, as well as Billy and Mandy and Evil Concarde. I really love his musical style. And also the voice acting, especially Charlie Adler as Ickis and Greg Berger as the Grumble. Like really good emotional range with the voiceovers. Yes, Ren and Stimpy, my third favorite Nicktoon. I absolutely love these guys. I'll say I really became a Ren and Stimpy fan after uh, when I was binge watching it on Netflix in 2011, and I really took. I watched some episodes of it before then, but it was it was only after my Netflix binging almost 10 years ago that I really appreciated what the show had to offer. And I love all of the seasons, including the games animation ones. Although although I agree that's not one that deserves a reboot or anything. And thankfully they're deciding to cancel the reboot. And next we have Rocket Power. Yeah, I agree that it is the weakest of the Kwaski Chupo Nicktoons. Saw a couple of episodes of it. It's mostly harmless. I don't hate it as much as some other people do. And the Christmas special, which I have on DVD, it's solid. And next we have Rocco's Modern Wife. What can I say? It's great. Especially the Wacky Deli episode. One of the best in general, I love cartoon episodes where they show the making of cartoons, like Steppy's cartoon show as an example, while Wacky Deli is even better, which is about the big head son, Ralph. He wants to get out of his cartooning contract, so he gets Rocco and friends to deliberately make a bad cartoon. However, people just they end up loving a Wacky Deli despite its queer cheapness. Yeah, Rocco's War Wife is really good stuff, and the Static Cling Netflix movie is awesome as well. Oh, I forgot to mention that the Jungle movie for Hey Arnold is really good too. Okay, up next, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll put in the pretty good category based on the role I've seen on Netflix. The animation is really good, like really good, and I really like I enjoy the character designs, the how each of the 4 turtles look really distinct, like the most distinct that they've ever been, each of them, like more than just their bandanas, but also their entire their silhouettes as well. Norbert mentions The Zone with Sugar and Carlos. Yes, I remember those 2 hosts of The Zone back in the day. Carlos has been around on YTV for a really long time, but I think it was just last year or the year before he left. Now he's a host on Entertainment Tonight Canada, I believe. I'm for sure I'm gonna miss Carlos. Next we have Rugrats, Nickelodeon's first really big cast cow before SpongeBob took its place. And I'll put it in the great tier. Truthfully, it doesn't hold as much of a special place as other people, since I have more memories of watching the movies than I do the show. But of the episodes that I've seen of the show itself, it's not a lot, but a great chunk. Yeah, really, really, really good. I especially love Angelica Orders Out, the episode where Angelica uses this voice modifying device that Stu invented to do these sort of these prank calls. Yeah, I know. The mysterious Mr. Antura got some backlash for his review of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, saying that the animation is bad it's clearly when it's arguably as fluid as something like it's about on par with the Avatar cartoons, I would say. Next we have Sanjay and Craig. The show is pretty underrated. It's understandable why people would dislike it because it's gross out humor and so forth. Although that was especially in the first season, but for what I haven't seen too much of seasons 2 onward, but from what I've heard, they toned down on the gross out humor and focus on being more of its own thing rather to be too reminiscent of certain other cartoons. Well, basically, I've been a fan of Sanjay and Craig since it was first promoted on YTV, and I know a couple people, particularly the mysterious Mr. Enter, says that its art style is too similar to Bob's Burgers, but honestly, I have to disagree. It's really easy to distinguish the two. Like on Sansa and Craig, the eyes are much bigger. In fact, it looks more like regular Soul to me, and I thought that when I first saw the promos for it. But yeah, Sansa and Craig, underrated gem. Oh, Norbert asks if I have seen the Double Dare and Guts episodes of Sansa and Craig. Yes, I've seen the Double Dare episode for sure, but I don't remember if I've seen the Guts one. But yeah, I gotta give them props for showing that well for the classic Nickelodeon. Aside from the Nicktoons like the game shows, which I'll admit, I've I've seen very little of the game shows. Probably saw one classic episode of Double Dare, as well as a few episodes of the reboot as well. Okay, here's the big one, Spongebob Squarepants. What can I say? It's a masterpiece. And of course, it's especially during the first 3 seasons. Although I enjoy seasons 4 and 6 as well, season 7 I'll admit is weaker, as well as season 8. Season 9, at least the first half, also kind of flip-floppy in terms of its quality. And overall, I haven't seen too much of the post-second movie episodes of SpongeBob, or for what I have seen, yeah, gotta give them props. A- And next we have Tack and the Power of Juju. Haven't seen it yet, but from what I heard, it's nothing too spectacular. It's based on a video game that Nickelodeon themselves helped develop with THQ, and yet people are debating that it is whether or not it's an official Nicktoon. I know you consider it to be official Norbert, but not to a point where you put it in your 30th anniversary co that you're working on. Okay, now we have the most obscure of the truly official Nicktoons, the X's, which a lot of people say it's kind of an Incredibles ripoff since it premiered like a year after that movie. But to be honest, it reminds me a bit more of Spy Kids in terms of how it's a family of spies rather than like superheroes. I have very fuzzy memories of Ketsnet on YTV, so I can't speak much for Soul itself, other than that the art style is it's really good. Like it doesn't have any outlines, it's completely outlineless. And from what I could tell, it's not animated in Flash either. It's hand drawn. That's pretty impressive. Okay, next Nicktoon, the Wild Thornberries. It's pretty good. I haven't seen too much of the show itself. I have more experience watching the movie as well as the Rugrats Go Wild movie where they cross over with, of course, the Rugrats. And I'll give the Wild Strawberries movie credit for being one of those theatrical adaptations of anime TV series in which you don't have to be a fan of the source material in order to enjoy it. Oh yes, can't forget about I can't go mention the Wild Thornberries about without mentioning the best part, Nigel Thornberry, Tim Curry's best role for sure, and also one of his nicest as well. Oh, J Boy says that Tom Kenny was in an episode of the Wild Thornberries. Oh, cool. I wonder what role he played. And speaking of classic Chubo Nicktoons that Tom Kenny was in, he was in As Told by Ginger as well as Buzz Harris, the redneck plumber. Although I didn't recognize it until somebody in the comments section and for one of the episodes point out that's Tom Kenny. I'm usually able to recognize his voice, but not with Buzz. Okay, next, the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. I'll say if we put it in the pretty good category. Overall, I'm very casual with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Excuse me. Uh, the most positive things I can say about it, for sure, with this incarnation is Mikey is the funniest with his pizza of it eccentric self, and the voice acting is good too. Uh, Gilbert Gottfried voices Krang, and Kevin Michael Richardson, one of my absolute favorite voice actors, plays Shredder as well. And Norbert says that his Nicktoons collage is going to include Making Fiends, Glitz Tex, Pinkie Monkey, uh, and Ollie's Pack, since he considers those to be Nicktoons. Yeah, honestly, I consider them to be Nicktoons too, even though Making Fiends mostly aired on Nicktoons Network, and Always Pack, it's produced by Nelvana, much like Wayside and Pelswick, yet nowadays it seems to be it might be a bit more worthy of Nicktoon status than those other two, from what I could tell. I'm not sure. I haven't seen Always Pack yet. And next we have Tough Puppy, my second favorite Butch Hartman show. Honestly, when I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be serious in the veins of Danny Phantom, but when I first tuned in, it's actually just as goofy as the Fairly Odd Parents, especially like the later seasons of that show. It's really funny. I like the relationship between Dudley and Kitty, and the characters by themselves are entertaining. Like so many good characters there, and the villains as well, like Snaptrap, the Chameleon, and Bird Braid, like a really eccentric, admirable rogues gallery. Oh, Jasmine says that she can't hear the background music that's playing. Oh, oh, let me see if I could turn it up a bit. Okay, tell me if that's better. So, yeah, the track that I'm playing is a 24-hour gaming music compilation. It's royalty free too. Oh, Norma points out that Always Pack came out of the Nick animated shorts project, so that's why he considers it to be a Nicktoon. Oh yeah, that's right. The animated shorts project, which is how The Wild House and Breadwinners were born as well as some pilots that some people are clamoring to get greenlit, like Planet Panic. Okay, okay, so it seems like the music volume is good. And J-Boy points out that Tom Kenny voices a kangaroo named Joey on the Wild Stormberries. Cool. Okay, so Tough Puppy is underrated, and so is Welcome to the Wayne. I know I have to thank Norbert for getting me into this show, but truthfully, I'm still pretty early into the series. I still haven't finished watching the episodes of it, but from what I have seen, uh, I've been saying that a lot of from what I have seen. But yeah, of the episodes I have seen of Welcome to the Wayne, it is admirable. It's definitely not a Gravity Falls ripoff. It's good as its own thing, and easily my favorite thing, probably my favorite thing about Welcome to the Wayne is how clearly the creators Billy Lopez and so forth, they seem to be huge fans of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, since they managed to get all three of the main voice actors to play supporting characters in the show. Next we have Winx Club, which I would put into here. Yes, I'll admit that I did watch some episodes of it on Nickelodeon Canada and on Netflix, mostly as background noise. It's mostly harmless, but overall not my cup of tea. Yes, Norbert says that Welcome to the Wayne is his #1 pick for most underrated Nicktoon. Yeah, I feel ya. Well, not to the point where... Well, yeah, I agree that it is underrated. But personally, it's not as told by Ginger levels of underrated, but yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, Norb. Oh, and its pony came out of the Nicktoons, the Nick animated shorts project as well. Interesting. I honestly don't think I ever heard of that fact before. Oh, and thank you Moonchild for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Okay, moving on to Breadwinners. Lots of people had some mean things to say about Breadwinners, and yeah, I agree, it's not one of the best Nicktoons, definitely one of the weaker ones to come out of the 2010s, for sure. But to be honest, I think at best it's nothing to enjoy ironically. And I did kind of like the episode where they were doing the dishes, where Badoos and Sway Sway, with, yeah, I know they're ridiculous names, when they were doing the dishes. Like, that's the one episode I like the Breadwinners for some reason. So I'll be nice and give Breadwinners the mediocre category. Oh, and Norbert says, it seems the number of Nicktoons that have debated Nicktoon status is even higher than we thought. Oh yeah. Like I know TV tropes on the Nicktoons page for that. They have a section of category of Nicktoons that have their official status debated. Like I just realized that, oh yeah, cartoons isn't on here. I consider that to be sort of official since it's in the Not Just Cartoons Nicktoons book, and if it were on here, I'll put in the good category. And Dexter says Danny Phantom always reminded him of Ghostbusters and Scooby-Doo. Yeah, that was part of when Butch Hartman was creating Danny Phantom at first. He did want to make it a Ghostbusters or Scooby-Doo type of series before he changed it to sort of your typical teenager, average teenager at school by day and a crime fighter later in the day or at night, which was a pretty common trend in the early 2000s. Okay, Cat Scratch. Of the very little I've seen of it, and I want to watch more of it, it's pretty good. Once again, the voice acting is good stuff, like Rob Paulsen doing a fake Scottish accent as Gordon, and Wayne Knight, best known as Stan from Space Jam, as Mr. Blick, and what's his name? Waffle, the voiced by the same guy as Puigui from We Won't Stitch, and also one of the almighty tallest from Invader Zim. Yeah, Cat Scratch is good, and the theme song's catchy as well. But again, I need to watch more of it. Oh, Norbert says that he likes to see the TV tropes page of the debate at Nicktoon statuses, and if he wants and if he wants the link to it, sir, let me see if I could. If you don't mind, I'm just going to get the link to it right now. Well, if you want, I could put it in the chat section, or I will direct message it to you. Either way. Okay, the one that started all, alongside Rugrats and Ren and Stimpy, of course, Doug. I appreciate Doug, but I agree with some people that it's not the most interesting Nicktoon, and as far as slice of life Nicktoons go, Arnold and Ginger are more irritated, but but Doug is definitely not a lacking of charm and elements like the colorful cast, and my favorite characters are Skeeter, Roger, Mr. Dink, and Pork Chop for sure. So I'll put Doug in the okay category. I've also saw some episodes of the Disney version on Disney Plus for the first time. I won't go as far as to say that it's better, but because in general, Doug, once again, it's not that much my cup of tea, but it's not really as bad as people made it out to be. Okay, so either way is fine of sending Norbert the link to the direct message and to the TV Tropes Nicktoons page. Okay. Next we have El Tigre. I've only seen one full episode of it so far, but I'll say it's kind of enough to put in the pretty good category. Once again, the art style is High White by Jorge Vertiguez and his wife Sandra. Jorge did the designs for the male characters, and Sandra did the designs for the female characters. And they did a really good job. And I also saw the movie The Book of Life, and when I did see it, I didn't even have to double check to see that it was from the same people as this show. Jorge's art style is very unique, very distinctive as well. Okay, we're almost done here. Harvey Beaks. It's pretty good. I'll admit I mostly put it on as a background noise, but of what I have seen, it's definitely charming, and I remember Mr. Editor saying that it's sort of comparable to Nick Jr. shows like Little Bear and Franklin in terms of how I don't know, in terms of how simplistic and chill it is. Well, on top of being the slice of life show about anthropomorphic animals. And to be honest, it's not that bad of a comparison. So yeah, I like Harvey Beaks mildly. It's not as funny as C.H. Greenblatt's other cartoon Chowder. And it's not as good as like the episodes of SpongeBob, Billy and Mandy, or Evil Concarde that C.H. Greenblatt worked on, but still cute. Okay. The Adventures of Kid Danger. I think this is the very last show that Dan Snyder did for Nickelodeon. I haven't seen a full episode of it, but of the clips and reviews I've seen of it, doesn't look like a cup of tea that I will buy from Starbucks or anything. Oh, and by the way, I'm not really a fan of the original Henry Danger TV series either. Okay, next we have Kung Fu Panda. And another controversial opinion, Kung Fu Panda, the franchise overall, it's okay. I played the movies at least specifically the first two, several times. But it's the Kung Fu Panda movies are the type of movies that I said to myself that I want to see it, I want to check it out, but I just don't end up like paying full attention to it. But and the show itself, it's for sure it's weaker than the movies. And next we have the Mighty Bee. For now, I'll put it in the okay category based on what I saw of it many years ago on white TV. And I'd say my favorite thing about it is like the animation style. It's very reminiscent of Ren and Stimpy. I actually thought it was done by like Spumco specifically, and that was before I found out that Spumco as a studio already shut down before the Mighty Bee even premiered. But for sure, I know for sure some Ren and Stimpy people have worked on the Mighty Bee. And Dexter says that Spongebob Squarepants is still the longest Nicktoon show in the world. Yes, it's been going on strong, well not consistently strong, but well in terms of quality of the episodes itself. But yeah, definitely been going on strong for over 20 years, and so it's very low signs of stopping. And next we have the Penguins of Madagascar. I like the Madagascar films, especially the last two, but the series itself, I don't know why I can't get into it. I'll probably give it another chance. Like, it's not. I do like the Penguins mildly as characters on their own, and I believe they do have some good chemistry. But and also King Julian and Mort are good characters as well, and Maurice as well. And I'm mostly referring to like how they are in the movies, but in the show, I do not know why I am not a bigger fan of it than I should be. I'll give it a chance, another chance, one of these days. One of these days. And next we have the spin-off that nobody asked for, Planet Scene. Yeah, I can safely say, from what I saw, I haven't seen too much of it, but yeah, it's pretty bad. The only positive things I can say about it is that the animation is shinier than the original Jimmy Neutron cartoon, and I also feel bad that it pretty much ended on a cliffhanger. That Scene is stuck on this planet. Like, you could have a special where Jimmy and his friends back at Retroville would try to get Scene back to Earth, but no, it just ends like that. They should do a TV movie, like, but don't promote it as, oh, this is the series finale, the Planet Scene, the spin-off that nobody likes, but let's just promote it as a Jimmy Neutron TV movie in which they bring Scene back to Earth. Like, also, I'd be down for that. Robot and Monster. Haven't seen it yet. I heard some people say that's underrated, and the only things I really know about it are that the robot, he's voiced by Curtis Armstrong, who's also the voice of Dan from Dan Versus, which is also considered underrated, and I have seen that show, and it is really good stuff. Okay, so Dexter says, it's interesting how funny two different DreamWorks productions had spin-off shows on Nickelodeon. Actually, three. You forgot about Monsters vs. Aliens. Oh yeah, Planet Scene did end it on a cliffhanger. Well, from my knowledge, it's not really that much of a story arc based show. It's kind of episodic, but yeah, you think that kind of have a proper series finale where Scene goes back to Earth. And yes, thank you for enjoying it, Dexter. We're gonna be wrapping up right after I rank My Wife as a Teenage Robot. I haven't seen a while of it, but I will give it this. It has a really good art style. it follows the trend that Dexter's Lab and the Powerpuff Girls started, where they take the old Hanna-Barbera and UPA look and 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 bring it back for a modern, contemporary audience, like they've been doing that since the mid '90s. And the creator of the show, Rob Franzetti, actually worked on uh, those two cartoons. But it not only follows that trend, but also has influences from the Fleischer cartoons and the Art Deco style from the 1930s, as well as Astro Boy. So yeah, that's probably my favorite thing about Teenage Robot, which is the style. Uh, there are other things I like about it too. Probably my favorite episode of the few that I see is where Jenny she sees this sort of iPod type of thing, and she wants it so bad with that she shoplifts it. She gets in trouble for it, of course, but yeah, I do need to watch more of Teenage Robot. It's a very solid show. Okay, okay, Norbert, I'm gonna give you the link. Just hang on a moment. Okay. Okay. And okay, so I just pasted the link to TV Tropes' Nicktoons page, and what you have to do in the folder where it says TV shows is go into scroll down to the section where it says Disputed, and I don't know if this is considered to be a spoiler, but there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, and I'd throw in the Nick animated shorts program as 14. A total of 14 disputed Nicktoons there. So I hope that helps out Norbert. Okay, you have a good Halloween too, Dexter. So yes, this is my Nicktoons tier list that I did like for you guys. Thank you for watching me doing it. Once again, I'm going to post this in the community section, and I might put it on Twitter as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching me do this and hearing my Nicktoon opinions and sharing your opinions as well. And before I wrap up, I just want to remind you that that 30 Nicktoon Doodles is going to be premiering Sunday afternoon on uh, it's all completed, and of course I'm not gonna give away any more. Then it's it's gonna be I'm for sure you're going to enjoy it just as much as 25 Cartoon Network Doodles. Okay, so once again, thank you guys for watching me share my opinions on Nickelodeon's great diverse library of tunes. Oh yes, hi Super Cowie Logan. I'm actually gonna be wrapping up now, but you can watch the replay of this live stream if you like. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Take care and stay safe out there. Peace out.